Traders, stop betting on emotions when you should be betting on probabilities. In this video, I'm going to show you why the weekly order block reaction matters, where the real liquidity still sits, and the psychological phase Bitcoin is currently in. The exact 4-hour levels that flips this market bullish, full updates on Morpho, and my active position on my 30-minute Bitcoin trade. No guessing, no emotional bias, just structure, liquidity, and following the plan. If this level holds, we could see the base before the next major move. If it fails, then we know where the market's pretty much where it's going. All right? And if you value daily analysis like this, then make sure you press the like button. Let's get this up to 40 likes, people. Do it. Do it now. Also, let's press the subscribe button if you want to turn that notification bell on, so every time a new video comes out, you know. And if you want free trade updates and entries and management, check the Telegram channel out. It's free, and the link is in the description. All right? This is a positioning goal. This is a positioning zone. Let's go! So, before we get into the charts, let's talk about this. While most retail traders are arguing on Twitter about the trend of Bitcoin, something very unusual is happening behind the scenes. Yesterday, this company, Larry Fink, you know him, my favorite bald banker, and yours too, quietly bought hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin exposure through their spot ETF. Not hype, not interviews, just accumulation. And they're not alone. We have this. Europe's largest asset manager, managing over $2 trillion, Mr. Powers, just revealed massive Bitcoin exposure through MicroStrategy. That's right, they have balls too. Yeah, right, that's institutional pullback buying while the crowd debates red candles. And then you have this. Right? Someone like Tim Draper stepping in and saying trillions of dollars are going to flow into Bitcoin, and that the monetary system itself is changing, and that Bitcoin is not going to some small profit objective. It's going to levels most people can't even comprehend right now. Now listen, people, if you agree with this exact number or not, that's not the point. The point is the biggest capital allocators in the world are increasing exposure, and at the same time, retail sentiment is sitting in frustration and doubt. That contrast is important because historically, when institutions accumulate during psychological weakness, that is not weakness, that is positioning. And right now, price is sitting in a reset zone. Not parabolic, it's not overheated, it is compressed. And compression precedes expansion. All right, let's begin with the charts, right? We'll start with the weekly time frame. Bitcoin has reacted perfectly from the weekly bullish order block. Price swept the 2 previous weeks' lows. You can see that price action over here, right? You see that? Okay, how cool. But one key low is still in play, and that's the $60,000 level. Below that, the next major structural support sits at 54,600. Now, understand this clearly. Bitcoin does not have to reach the 54,000 level. That level is simply a deeper structural support. If price goes there, it becomes a very strong demand zone. But Bitcoin can absolutely reverse from there. So that's important to keep in mind. Right now, what we're seeing is liquidity being consumed, support reaction, and accumulation behavior. This is not sell-off territory. It is reaction territory. Now, let's talk about the market psychology cycle. All right. So this chart represents that. We move through hope, optimism, belief, thrill, and then euphoria, then anxiety, denial, and then people start to lose their pants, right? And then anger. So where are we now? We're back in the hope-anger zone, all right? Which historically sits around the $60,000 to $54,000 level. This is where people are frustrated. This is where they say, man, I'm done. Oh, I should have sold higher. Oh, maybe this is over, or maybe this is a scam, or whatever. This is exactly why this zone matters, because historically, that's where new expansions begin. Right? If Bitcoin rallies from here and breaks structure, 150K is not an unrealistic profit objective, right? Again, we're not coming out here with concrete forecasts. We're adjusting as the market gives us new information. Now, let's jump over here. This is the 4-hour time frame. Now, let me just reset this for you so we can actually see what's happening on this time frame. There we go. All right, so let me do this so you can actually see the chart. Okay, so now here's the thing. The trend line was essentially not respected, right? It was broken. We had the retest, and then price moved into the weekly order block. We've talked about this. We saw a big bearish engulfing candle recently, right? Now, here's what matters. If Bitcoin revisits the order block again, we could see another bullish reaction. If it loses the order block, then 60K becomes the magnet, all right? Now, here's the thing. The real bullish confirmation, a close above 72,000. Above that, liquidity gets cleared, stop losses are cleared, and resistance flips and momentum unlocks. Until then, we have to stay patient. All right, let's jump over to Morpho. Okay, no, that's not Morpho. Here it is. So, Morpho, right? Morpho is still managing to sit around the first profit objective. The stop loss is at $1.60. Even if that is touched, I'm in profit, so it doesn't matter, right? Now, no partials have been taken. Why? Because higher time frame structure still supports the move toward the second profit objective. This trade is positioned well. Now, we could talk about the 30-minute, right? This is the 30-minute Bitcoin trade. Very similar to what happened before. Price came very close to the profit objective, right? Bounced a little bit, and now, as you can see, it reached, right? So now the stop, by the way, has been moved to break even, but this trade has been completed. This trade is done. And that's nice, right? Strong return on this one. If it happened to reverse, it would have been break even anyway. So the risk was under control. So we protect green days and we don't give them back. So people, again, if you missed it, I don't know what you're doing, but you're missing. That tells me you're not in the Telegram channel. So let's jump over to this, the trade challenge update. So we started with $10,000. Right now we're at $10,890. That's roughly 8.9%. The win rate, hey, it's not amazing, right? But that's not what matters. What matters is controlled risk, strong reward risk, letting the winners run, and then, getting out of the losses fast, right? So Litecoin got stopped out, no emotions. Bitcoin hit the 3-to-1 objective. Morpho is still in play, and the 30-minute Bitcoin setup is structured. That's also another profit, right? So this is the thing this is what a real trade book looks like. Not 90% win rate, taken after the fact. So anyway, it's all about the trades. And by the way, all these trades are done on the WeX platform. All leverage trades, especially clean fills, smooth management, and great quality. And every single trade, of course, is journaled on the Profits Precision platform. Everything, the profit factor, the win rate, no guessing, all data. And now this platform is completely free to use. So if you're serious about improving, man, I don't know what you're waiting for. All right, so people, listen up here. Okay, I'm bringing you trade setups almost every single day. Okay, Bitcoin, alts, swings, high reward risk setups, entries, stops, everything, the adjustments, right? Before the move, not after. So if you want to follow the 10K to 100K trade challenge, then you need to be in the Telegram channel, okay? Everything is in there, all the trades, everything, all the details. This is not a spectator market. So if you are positioning, if it's all about positioning. So if you're serious about this, you need to follow. So look, I'm going to show you something. All you have to do is check out the link in the description, right? You see it right here. You can expand this. And look, see this link right there? That takes you to the free Telegram channel. How cool is that? So people, again, stay calm, stay patient, and stop missing trades like this. This was called, and you had plenty of time to get into this. So do yourself a favor. Get involved. Get into that Telegram channel. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Let's go!